Good morning. It's Fish, the Beach Bum Investor. Very excited, Fish, the Beach Bum Investor, with PIVX and TenX, two of my top holds doing very, very well overnight. Big pump on PIVX, right up to above the $6 mark. We had a bit of a chat about that on our Discord group this morning, and I'm going to bring to you a couple of theories about why we saw that, what was really unnatural growth up to the $6.80 mark at the highest. I do have what I believe is the reason for that, and I'll go into that in a bit. I'm just going to post up on Discord and let the guys know we're in for the discussion. Won't be a second. And get into the chat, of course, so I can talk to you all during this incredible day on the crypto economy, especially for the PIVX. Whoa! Feedback. Crypto Chronicus first. Baby Junkie Z, how are you, man? What happened to my face, man? Floyd. Well, mate, it's Movember. I'm not sure if this is an international thing. Is Movember international, guys? It might just be a thing in Australia. I'm not sure. But anyway, in Australia, during November, the men in Australia grow mustaches and rebrand it Movember to support men's health. I don't usually get involved during the whole thing because, as you can see, I don't wear a mustache too well. But I thought I'd bring a bit of awareness to, obviously, men's health in Australia in the last couple of days, and also obviously a tribute to bikies everywhere. Okay, so guys, good 24 hours. I'm just gonna Discord. Can someone chuck the link over? I've got it on two different computers. Is anyone on Discord as well? Can you just pop the? Well, actually, Z, I'm going for that tomorrow. Z said such a porn star look, and I'm gonna cut off these bits tomorrow and go with the proper porn star look, like, tribute to 70s porn. I'm only joking around. Crypto Chronicus said, yeah, I've been working on my November beard for 2 Novembers now. I look like Lemmy's son. Yeah, man, I can see myself. I've got a frozen picture when I just pause my thing and my face right at me with this thing going on. I did this straight after the World Championships. If you guys have a look at if you find any social media pics of me at after parties or anything like that, I've got a big handlebar mustache going in for the last day of comp because I got knocked out on the second last day. Hey, Jace, how's things, man? Thanks for that phone call yesterday. I was tired, man. I've been raising all this funding for these ICOs, so it's been a tiring time. I crashed out at 7 p.m. last night, basically right when PIVX spiked. Jace tried to call me and said, to tell me that it spiked above $6. I had Wilkie's messages from Wilkie and everything when I woke up this morning. There's a million messages on the Discord. It's good to see, guys. Really good to see. And thank you again to all the PIVX investors who did stick by us through a difficult implementation of Zero Coin Protocol, which did see us having several wallet upgrades in the small space. Hey, A-Dog, I got a favor to ask you, bro. Are you big on Twitter? Because I don't even check how many followers you got. I know you're big on YouTube. But, man, one of the exchanges is actually running a competition. So I'm going to retweet something, and I'm going to ask you, if you don't mind, brother, just help me out to retweet it as well. And that's getting onto a Binance competition that has opened. And it's another community vote to decide which coins are going to be added to the Binance exchange. Now, this one actually runs based on the number of retweets. So, obviously, when we've already got our Binance, our exchange integration team working over at PIVX on getting onto several exchanges, but there's already been, this competition has already been noted. So it's already been coordinated as we speak. When it does launch, we'll put out that tweet. And if anyone does have a Twitter account and significant follows, you'd be helping us out a lot if you could retweet a vote for PIVX. The rules of that competition, I'll actually pop them in the description link once I've finished recording this video. The description section, whatever. You guys know. Thanks, A-Dog. You're a legend. I knew you'd be good for it. I'll write you another rap. I've already got another one that I had for one of your mates, but I couldn't contact with him. Could reword it. Man, only 129 followers, fair enough, but how many have you got on? Man, I got like 5 followers on Twitter. I don't even use it, you know that. So I got a couple of friends who've got some followings, though, so I'm going to see if they can help out as well. But yeah, A-Dog's got, congratulations to A-Dog, by the way, guys. We catch up with A-Dog every now and again. He's a young fella from California. And last time I checked in, A-Dog, 1.6K subscribers. Well done, man. 12 years old, killing it. Probably 13 by now. MS Bit ETH. G'day, how are you? So yeah, I want to get on quickly to a theory that I have about the PIVX growth overnight. Now, for starters, I did call it as undervalued. I thought that given that we had a combination of things that are going to be looked for, or I believe will be looked for in 2018 in proof of stake and anonymity and community, I think that PIVX was undervalued where it was. I thought it took too heavy a retracement after some teething issues because, I mean, the things, like I said, we didn't have any security scares. We didn't get hacked. We had some teething issues with our wallet upgrades. And in the big scheme of things, a month's not a big deal. Spygo 2000, g'day, how are you? Oh, still 12, dog? Still 12 and killing it. Yeah, cool, man. You tweet me. If I'm at my computer, I get it. Like, that's when I answer A-Dog. When I'm at my computer, it comes up for me, but I don't really have the Twitter homepage open on a regular basis. But yeah, tweet me after, bro. No worries. Mike T, still crazy to me that Fish doesn't have more subscribers here. Oh, thanks, Mike T. I got a couple of friends who are bigger sporting celebrities than bodybuilders. they're in sports that have a lot more interest in Australia and internationally. And some of those people have, you know, multiple hundreds of thousands of followers. So I might get a few favors called in soon and see if we can pump it up. But I don't know. I like our little group. Keeps it intimate. That's what I think. Hey, Chris. Chris said, good on you, A-Dog. I thought I was young in this space at 22. Mate, 22, you're pretty much a grandpa in this space. Vitalik's 19 or 20. How old was I just got an A-Dog tweet come up. So, Fish, I need to talk to you about the A-Dog rap. Cool, man. I'll text you after, legend. Yeah, so what's his name? Alex from Gladius. Sorry, what's his name? How rude. Alex from Gladius. He's, I want to say 20. The funny thing was, I realised that when I asked the question, so how did Gladius come about? You know, you and your mate sitting there having a beer. And then I realised that, yeah, 18 might be the legal drinking age in Australia, but it's 21 in the States. So I was asking him, were you engaging in illegal activities when you came up with that brilliant idea? I realised after he negotiated that question very well. He sort of ignored my question about having a beer. Jace, ICX $1.80 on the futures. Those emails have gone out, guys, to ICX people. So I'm going to get back to, let me get onto that in a second. Let me finish up on PIVX and what my thoughts are, because I know a lot of people see an unnatural growth pattern like that in a dump and they're worried about pump and dumps getting involved. Now, for starters, PIVX can't prevent that. There's no way we can stop our currency from being involved in pump and dumps by preset groups. We can't stop that. We can't regulate that. You can't. But the second thing I really want to bring to your attention, which I think is the bigger part of this, because I think, you know, most pump and dump groups, honestly, I saw a discussion on our Discord group that they're taking money off each other. It's essentially all they're doing because they can't sustain the price long enough to get other people to buy it back. And I've seen that plenty. If you actually look at the volumes that get traded on the high points, it's not that much. So there's very, very few people really profiting from the pump. Hey, Mohammed. Mohammed Abu Jabara. Hi, all long time. Yeah, good to have you back, man. By the way, you're the original Mohammed, so we're calling you Mohammed. We've got a couple of other Mohammeds now, and I'm calling them by their second name. So the original Mohammed in the house. Good to see you, man. One Trainer Oz. Man, I feel old and I'm only 35. Same age as me, Juan. Welcome to the Discord group. Caught up with you over there recently. Grinkers, g'day. So getting back onto my PIVX theory, guys, as you know, I have to use PIVX to pay for PIVX promotions in the real world. PS Tanya O'Meara messaged me 5 minutes before I came on and said, can we do some shooting already? Let's get some videos done. So PIVX surf videos coming to you real soon. Now that Tanya's off her university, our competitive seasons have slowed down. We can get some really cool videos out. So looking forward to that. But anyway, the point is I have to take out PIVX from the economy. It's not something I like to do. I very much hate it, in fact, but I do have to take it out and put it back into Australian dollars to pay for PIVX promotions, PIVX branding on my board, and Tanya's boards have got stickers made up for her, the hats and things like that. You know, that's stuff I'm given a budget for. So I've got to take that out of the budget. And so the best way I do that is, because I am familiar with trading, is I actually set my sell orders on the exchange rather than just cashing it all out straight away. And then I move that into BTC, and then BTC into Ether, and then I cash out through living rooms. Oh, well, you can actually just use it in PIVX if you get the exact right time. But because of fluctuations, I tend to just go bang, and then the Ether, and then straight across. Especially if I've hit sell orders overnight, you know, that's the best way to maximize my budget for PIVX and make sure I can spend as little PIVX as I can to generate as much Australian dollars as I can for PIVX promotion and just getting the word out there. So yeah, the thing is that this massive pump, like it was a perfect storm, right? It coincided with a couple of things. PIVX is about to be accepted in Korean won on Upbit. If it's not already, I think they may have listed it. I'm just looking for the volumes to come through on coinmarketcap.com. Wallet's been going solid for a long time now. Everyone's staking, everyone's happy. So I think with the retracements we'd taken after that, it was always going to take gains anyway. Add to that, we're getting added to a Korean exchange, like an exchange that PIVX is going to be available in Korean won. Yeah, add to that the timing of Bittrex doing their cancelled sell orders. Like a lot of my PIVX sell orders got cancelled. And I'm assuming that a lot of other people have long-term investments and will, you know, had higher sell orders set. Now, when you get a 2x pump, a lot of those sell orders that have been set for, you know, a month or 2 months or anything like that, they've all been cancelled just like 2 days ago. It all happened on my account, and I hadn't had time to reset anything. So I've missed an exclusive coin pump for 70%, and I missed the PIVX pump to sell out to get some more money for promotions and stuff. And that's no problem. At least I still keep the PIVX, but it would have been nice to get a couple of sells at those $6 marks, just to fund some, you know, to put some more money in the bank for Tanya's World Tour campaign next year. So yeah, I think that was a perfect storm, and I think a lot of it had to do with sell orders being forcefully cancelled in the last week or so. I think if it was just this perfect storm of events. So for me, I'm not overly concerned, especially considering the dump, as it's been called, the pump and dump. Look, just the retracement, I'll call it, because man, we've still landed above $4, and that's excellent growth. Excellent growth. So I mean, people FOMO and it can drive market action like that. I'll just show you the chart. I should just bring it up on my screen now that I know how to screen share. But anyway, there it is there, and you can see that big pump over here, and it's come back down, but it's stayed pretty stable since. And you're looking at $4.20, well above the $4 mark. So really nice to see for PIVX, and yeah, happy to be above that $4 mark again. It's great. One worry I have with the pump and dump crackdown is whether they'll consider my sales on XL exclusive coin as part of that. Mike T, I don't think so, man. Like it depends. They've got to have some proof tying you to a pump and dump group, don't they? I mean, I've been calling exclusive for a long time. I've said it's done it several times in history. I don't think I'm bloody Nostradamus to figure out it's going to happen again at some stage, or at least to have it, you know, have a little gamble on it. I've done it several times. That doesn't make me part of the pump and dump. That just makes me aware of the market trends. I certainly don't coordinate it with anyone. I would never do that. What I do coordinate is in, you know, investments into ICOs and things like that, because that doesn't pump prices unnaturally. Mimi, how are you? I'm a large. Cool. I have not talked about 10x yet. Let's have a good talk about 10x. Good on you, MS Bit. ETH, legend for bringing that up. Let's have a look at 10x, because PIVX and 10x have really caused the majority of gains in my account in the last 24 to 48 hours. 10x has been on a really nice bull run. Pay token, if you're looking for the symbol, it is PAY. Okay. Now I'm just going to bring it up on, actually I'll bring it up on CoinMarketCap so we can see where it's sitting. And I'll also look at the charts on Bittrex for you. Hey, Sammy, what's going on? Whoa, Ripple's spiked. I hadn't even looked at that. So just giving you an overall run of the market cap, 315 billion. Again, reporting all-time highs. Again, oh guys, Bitcoin's cracked 10 grand. So once again, Fish having his effect as soon as he comes on air, with prices trending up in the last hour. Okay, so yeah, Bitcoin's cracked 10. That's amazing. Awesome. Awesome. And that's, aggregated exchanges. When I last reported on that, it was only the aggregate price, according to CoinMarketCap, is above 10 grand. Awesome. Love it. What we're going to have a look at, 10X, $2.82, up 21.29% in the last 24 hours, up 5.99% in the last hour alone, and up 50% in the last 7 days. I literally bought this thing on its lows. I don't think you can get a lower price than I bought it at, bragging completely, other than ICO. So, yeah, I'm pretty stoked. I got $1.50-ish, $1.50-ish. Can't remember the exact price. But I've actually sold a little bit on this run-up, fractional amount, because I really believe in the project long-term. Same with PIVX, You bag hold most of it. That's what I do. I'm not a big trader. Like, I do a little bit because I know how to do it, but I don't like the intensity of dumping and, buying up my whole bag. It's too intense for me. Gives me a stomach ulcer. MS BitETH, I think long-term you're good. Have you held it? Or MS BitETH said I bought 10X at $4, sadly. The price predictions I've seen on 10X, I think you'll be fine long-term at that price. I really do. I think we've got a little further to go. I think it's a preeminent crypto debit card, and it's making its way into the market more and more and more as people receive their cards. This should see value increase to the paid token. Where did I sell 10X? I can tell you, man. I had orders preset. And when I say this, guys, when I do tell you my orders, this is fractional amounts, okay? I'm not a dumper of my whole bag. I can't handle it. And that gives me the benefit to sell out little bits and go, well, if it keeps mooning, I'm happy because I've got heaps in still. We'll talk about that in a second. Good on you, Crypto Chronicles. You're a legend. Yeah, but I'll just get on to, I've been asked a question about where I got my sells on pay. And when I say sells, I've had one sell hit. So I was that confident in the project. I bought it at $1.50 and hadn't even had my first sell hit until this morning. So I was sort of looking at 2X as a minimum from where I bought it. I thought, it's undervalued. People are just getting... Yeah, for sure. I'm still holding DNA. I'll get onto that in a second, guys. Keep your chat coming. That's fine. We'll scroll back to it. Let me just keep on 10X for the moment to try and keep some train of thought going in this program. Yeah, so I sold 10X at just like a small amount. Like I said, fractional amounts, responsible to take profits. I've doubled my money. I'm going to take a little bit off the table because you haven't doubled anything, actually, until you've taken a little bit off the table. That's an important point. Important thing to remember, guys. And that's why I take a little bit, because now I have actually banked some profit. So I got my sell at 27998. You guys know me, right before psychological resistance numbers. So 27998. I sold roughly 10% of my holding at that point. And I've got my next sell, which hasn't been hit, at 28498. And then I don't have any sells set after that because I was just going to bag hold and see what happens. But it's actually getting pretty close to that 28498 figure now, so I might even get a sell during the show. Quite often happens, actually. I come on and I get a sell during the show and I have to go back and reset the buy orders, back on the buy wall. That's what I like to do, just trade in it out a little bit. It's like I've sold 10% now, and I'll try and maybe buy that back 10% cheaper, and I'll look for points of support. And if I find a range and I keep trading 10% and I manage to hit it 5 times, it adds up, guys. You make a lot of extra coins, even for the ones. You just don't move your buy orders. And that's why, like with the fluctuations in this market, that's why I was a bit unhappy about the 28-day order cancellations, because I like to have them oh, someone used a really good term for it on our Discord group this morning, but I'd like to have them spread and let the fluctuations help me. So for me to have to reset orders every 28 days is actually a lot of work. Okay, yeah, so 10x for those of you interested, by the way. This is what the chart looks like. All that sideways movement. Do you know what that sideways movement reminds me of, guys? Steam that we looked at yesterday. All that sideways movement. After a big run up, then a dip, and then sideways for a long time, accumulation phase. And that's what people have been doing. I accumulated a little pay. I've done well for it. Has gone strong growth. Actually, I think I'm about to hit these. Let me have a look. Maybe. Don't know. I won't be far off. There's a pretty big sell order at 28,500, which is why I said at 28498, just before the whale. Unless he goes yoink, and then I go, oh, I just sold my. But you know, I sold it for a lot more than I bought it. I'll just go up to the chat because there's some good questions up here. Crypto Chronicus asked, did I break your wallet with that Neo deposit? Man, I want to speak about that, Crypto Chronicus, because two things. One, I dropped over to your channel. Awesome beats. There's a message board there that Crypto Chronicus has enabled. He's got his own channel. I've subscribed to him. And it's just wicked, like, what do you call it? Unlicensed or, what's the word? Independent music that plays on his channel. He just has BTC trading chart up there. I figure we can just get in there and chat every now and again when we want some music with our chat. You know what I mean? Like we do the Discord thing, but if we're just going to have general chat, you know, especially general chat that we tend to accidentally fill up our channels with, we could actually use Crypto Chronicus' 24-hour stream, which he has going 24/7, to actually continue the conversation. Sometimes. I like the idea. I'm going to be hanging out there every now and again, so I might catch up with you guys over there. The music's awesome. And you can keep an eye on BTC, so that's good. But anyway, Crypto Chronicus said, did I break your wallet with the Neo deposit? Because it wasn't a massive investment compared to some of the bigger guys in our group. But I said, it's smart, man. You keep your investments. I think this is your first ICO, if I'm not mistaken. You keep your investments within your budget, okay? That's the super important thing. Don't make yourself relative to everyone else. That will mess with your mind. So you keep your investments within your budget. And the other thing is that realistically, this is the thing I love about the crypto economy. It allows people to actually have a reason to invest smaller amounts of money, you know, where they couldn't in the past. So I really like it. And I think that it's honestly really good advice. Keep your investments within budget, because how often have we stretched to reach an ICO, which, you know, we've done well on, fair enough, but then the next ICO 7 days later or 5 days. We've put in over $40,000 into ICOs in the last 7 days. So, you know, and we've got 2 more that we've got to look at. So you don't have to, you know, bet the farm on everything. You know, keep it small, keep it within reason, and that'll give you more left over for other investments, help you diversify. And there's always going to be another good project around the corner, no doubt about that. Let's have a talk about the other one that got brought up, which was Mimi. I saw a video of yours while I was researching DNA. Are you still hodling? I think it's a huge long-term sleeper. Bought a stack last night. Mimi, I am hodling, my friend, because I haven't even bothered to go and get my DNA coins, because I did some work over there. This is my first crypto that I worked for. It was encryption during their ICO. I had 40 Steemit followers. I just started like getting in, and yeah, David Copesell gave me a run at doing some publicity work. It was very kind of him. It really helped my confidence in the area. So he's a great guy, and I think he's got a really good vision, man. I think genomics on the blockchain is brilliant. It's got, you know, it literally, this is not exaggerating, it literally has the potential to speed up treatments and cures for cancer because of the research potential. You think about a database of everyone's genomic data. right? Available to researchers. And you can rent your genomic, you can profit from having your genomic data on the blockchain by renting it to researchers looking to do research into treatments, into cures, all sorts of things. And it will be accelerated because of the pool of information available to researchers. Not only that, when you go into hospital or you go to see the doctor, your personal treatments can be more targeted because the doctors have better access not only to your medical history, but your actual genomic. So yeah, I think I called him a medical visionary in an article I wrote about him. So I think he's brilliant. I think he's a really nice guy. He took a lot of time. He gave me a lot of time, which, you know, I was a newbie. I had 40 minute followers. I was doing nothing on YouTube yet. I'd only ever just bodyboarded and had some people who were fans from that, but you know, he had no reason to have a go on me, and we developed a really good relationship over that time. The other thing I liked about it, guys, this is something I want to stress, is that I asked David whether he'd sell out to Pfizer or one of the big pharmaceutical companies, because obviously the technology available to develop treatments is probably what they're made. You know, medications, they're going to make a fortune, right? So I think they'll be very interested in technology like this, and this particular blockchain. And I asked him, would you sell out if the opportunity came? And he said, no. He said they can come on as investors, but there's no way we're letting them take control of it. So I just love that attitude. That made me think he's going to stick with it. You know, love it. $1,440 difference between Bithumb and Bittrex. Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of arbitrage opportunities in the crypto economy. Guys, I'll do a video on that eventually. I've got another trading video out for those of you interested. Just put it out last night on how to do the Binance pairing. So that's up there if anyone's interested on trading in Binance coins. I think getting some Binance coins now and starting to trade them just to accumulate more Binance coin. Same theories I use as like with my Bitcoin, Ether, and Litecoin trading. If you're using the Binance coin to trade, you're accumulating either more of the Binance coin or more of the altcoin you like, and either way you win if they're both going up. Yeah, but there's still lots of arbitrage opportunities in the economy. I'll try and do a video on that soon. It's not that difficult. It's just there is risk involved. You know, prices change quickly on different exchanges. So you think, oh, it's trading 10% higher there, and 3 seconds later it's not. And you've already cashed out here, and yeah, so you've already, you know, bought there and cashed out or whatever. I'll show you the different ways to do arbitrage eventually. I've got a few videos to make, a few things to do, but I will put that on the growing list. Can anyone sign up to Bithumb? I'm not sure. Sorry, guys, catching up with old chat as usual. CryptoConicus said, I'd love to see how you can license your DNA profile and get continuous royalties. Yeah, well, that's part of the plan. So you'll have a private key, and you can rent that private key to researchers, and they'll be able to access your genetic profile. Yeah, so that's part of the plan. Go and check out Encryption, man. It's a really, like, it is a sleeper. I actually said when getting into it, I mean, Jesus, he basically didn't go super heavy on the marketing. I mean, he had a guy with 40 Steemit followers writing his his publicity. He did the ICO himself. I like that hands-on approach. I think, yeah, if he's able to achieve what he's setting out to achieve, it's a drop in the ocean of what that blockchain will be worth. I think there's an opt-out, at least that's what my wife said when I told her she'd paid them to store her DNA forever. Laugh out loud. Yeah, cool. I like the idea of having it stored, to be honest. Kev said such opportunities. G'day, Kev. You guys need to look at the BTC live chart right now. Okay, let's have a look. BTC itself. One moment, please. Bitcoin. How do I get to the Bitcoin market on Bittrex? I was doing CoinMarketCap. I don't even know how to do it there. Oh, you know where it would be? It would be on No, I'll do it on here. Bitcoin. Let's have a look. What's it still pumping? It's broken it. Yeah, it is. It's broken $10. $10 resistance and $10,000 resistance. And yeah, cruising along. Let me get the graph up. A measly $6 billion in volume in the last 24 hours. I remember when the whole economy used to trade at $2 billion on a good day. Okay. Chart. Loading data from server, which will take 4 hours in Australia. We'll go down to a bit more of a recent chart. What do you want one day? Oh, it's doing funny things. There's the daily. I don't know how to get the candlesticks up on this. I'm not going to waste time mucking around. I'll get that for future. Sorry, guys. I can get it on pretty much everything else. Don't know where it is on there. What does DNA mean? Said Creative Commons. DNA is basically the strings of genetics that make up who you are. DNA in crypto is the trading symbol for encryption, which is medical-based blockchain, genomic-based. They're calling it the gene chain. So there you go. I really like it because of its potential implications for the real world. Imagine like the fast tracking all cures and things like that, how much pain that could save. Sammy Kuberus, Creative Common literal DNA as, oh, hang on, this is going to test me. Deoxyribonucleic acid. Thank you. Don't know if I got even close to that. But really, a guy with a handlebar mustache is never going to be able to pronounce that anyway. Kind of the story of your entire body. Look at where this, go and watch. I'll tell you what, if you want a lesson on DNA, I'll tell you what, let's see if I can do something tricky, just for fun. I got a good lesson on DNA for you, and we can all watch it because I can screen share it with you, and then we can put that part of the conversation to bed. All right, I'm just looking for a video here, and then I'll screen share it with you so you can understand what DNA is. It's very short. All right, here it is. Give me 2 seconds.
How's he?
Screen share, hang on. I'll figure this out. Google Hangouts. All right, screen share. I'm clearly an expert in using this stuff now. Only takes me 5 minutes instead of 10. All right, so a good explanation, a very, very scientific explanation of DNA.
Should answer all your questions. Have you ever wondered why fat parents have fat children? Or why Chinese parents have Chinese children? It's no coincidence. It's because of DNA. Hi, I'm Troy McClure. You may remember me from such medical films as Alice Doesn't Live Anymore and Mommy, What's Wrong with That Man's Face?
But Mr. McClure, what is DNA?
What the? Oh, hi, Billy. Let's find out together. DNA is God's recipe for making you. You take a dash of Dad, a pinch of Mom, then we bake for 9 months and, that's good, Billy.
Mr. McClure, what does DNA stand for?
All right, bit of fun. So can we end the discussion on DNA now? All right, coming back to the, to end my screen share. Stop, there we are. Oh, that mustache. I just got like I'd see my own face when I do that. That's terrible. Anyway, so for those of you interested, that's what DNA is. Love it. Yep. All right. Everyone's having a laugh. Good. Sammy loved it. All right. So not trying to hijack the topic, but you have to talk about Ethereum a little bit. No, honestly, Joe, I think you knew, by the way, Joe, you have to keep me on track, man, or I go off onto rants. I'll play BitConnect music videos, even though I think the project's garbage. So no, that's cool. All right, I'm going to have a look at Ethereum. Let's have a look. Ether's doing well. The whole market's doing well. It's good to see. There's very little fear around at the moment. There is an event coming up that is worth keeping an eye on. Futures market, CME trading. Guys, basically it means people will be up to short Bitcoin. It's not something that's been available before in the economy. As I said, I wouldn't short any coin in this economy. It's not my style. And also, I wouldn't bet against the trend at the moment. But, you know, you do have to be aware of, for those of you who aren't aware of what that means, it does basically mean that, you know, enough people can bet against Bitcoin and drop the price down, especially if they're all holding Bitcoin already. You'd say, why would they do that? Because they dump at the top and buy low. Let me have a look at Ether again. You got Ether at 290. Shameless bragging, don't mind you. Joe, you missed out, man. We were calling it way down at 210, guys. 210? Yeah, I think we called it at 210. So that's bragging some places. Our investment group got it a little earlier. How is it a scam if it's open source? It's just, I'll have to do a show on it. I didn't say it was a scam. I just didn't think it was I never said scam. You put those words in my mouth. I said it was, I don't think it's sustainable, is what I've said in the past. So, yeah, I can do a video on that if you want. I'm not going to go into it now. Hey, all eyes on Alex. Good to see you too, man. As usual. Sammy Kubris, do you think Ethereum will see a rise above $500 soon? Was sitting at 300 for so long and seem undervalued in comparison to the utility it provides crypto. Hard to predict short-term markets in this economy. I said for a long time, when all the focus was on Bitcoin forking, and what never made sense to me is that especially Bitcoin Cash was a hostile fork, and so was B2X. That was going to be hostile as well. So these are things that are a threat to Bitcoin. Bad, you would think. But no, price goes like this. Whilst Bitcoin's doing this, Ethereum's doing this. And I'm sitting there going, hang on, but Ethereum are forking too. Just because they're not giving away shitty free coins. Their fork is actually going to increase security, increase scalability, move them to a proof of stake model. I talked about it for a month, guys, and said, how is this happening? And it never made any sense to me. So is it overvalued at the moment? Let's have a look at the current price. CoinMarketCap, we'll get a quick update for you. Let's have a look at the current price. I mean, it's definitely quick and cheap to move now. It's definitely got those advantages going for it. Everyone's starting to notice that. I'll get into that comment in a second, Xiao. Good to see you, man. So Ethereum itself, come on, Internet Australia. 478.97. Will it pierce 500? I think eventually it will. I think either at some stage, like I think the relative, I think the Bitcoin Ethereum ratio is out. Can I use it relative to Bitcoin? Is that okay? Can I say that the Ethereum to Bitcoin ratio is way out, in my opinion? Because whilst Bitcoin has wider acceptance in stores at the moment, I think that'll change very quickly. And companies like TenX are making that change regardless of whether you accept Bitcoin, because you just use a crypto debit card. Fine, great. Anywhere that accepts Visa or I think Visa or MasterCard. I'm not 100% sure on where it's accepted at the moment, but I know it's usable. Jake's used a crypto debit card the other day. We've got them in Australia already. He used one to buy me a beer. So as that sort of thing happens, I think the use cases for Ethereum actually surpass Bitcoin itself. Now, for me, I wrote an article months and months and months ago about how I believe the Ethereum to Bitcoin ratio of 5 to 1 was warranted. And I still feel that way. So to get to that point, Ethereum's either got to get to $2,000 or Bitcoin's going to have to take some retracements. Now, I'd be a bold man to call a bull run to 2,000 from here. So I don't know if it's just the market, the marketability of Bitcoin. It's been around longer. Obviously, Ethereum's still it is still a developing project, as is Bitcoin, to say the truth, but they've been developing it for 10 years, whereas Ethereum's more like 12 to 18 months. Or I don't know, probably a bit longer given on when Vitalik actually started it all. But I think it'll still get there one day. I really do. It's my personal opinion. They've been quicker to decide, quicker to make moves when they need to. Bitcoin does drag their feet, guys. Look at SegWit. Like, I think people are going to start to realize the problems with the governance model in Bitcoin. They don't get a say. How does that work? I'm not going to go too far into it, but I think Ethereum, short-term price is really hard to predict, but I really do believe in that Ethereum, 5 Ethereum equals 1 Bitcoin ratio one day. And I think a lot of more people are starting to favor Ethereum over Bitcoin. So yeah, that's my personal opinion. GB Capital says point of sale is going places. I completely agree. It's a more economic model. It's more, it's friendly to the environment as well. Mining uses a lot of energy, guys. A lot of energy. So yeah, I like the proof of stake model. I lean towards that, and I think the market will soon follow. It's easier to understand. It's easier for everyone to get involved in, not just a bunch of computer experts. No offense to the computer experts, but you can't say we were here first, so it's all ours. No, that's not decentralization. That's not what it's about. I think you're missing the point of blockchain if that's your belief. Especially if it happened to be bloody Elon Musk, who actually was Satoshi, which has been rumored. You really think that guy wants like centralized powers and money in the hands of a few? Go and check him out. No way. So if it was him, yeah. Let's have a look. Just getting back to some chat. BitConnect. Oh, here we go. Zhao had an opinion on BitConnect. Zhao said BitConnect has the token as open source like every coin, but the platform behind not. They don't share how they can pay the interest. Exactly. There's a couple of other things as well, Zhao. I should make a video about it, but I really don't necessarily want my name on the BitConnect video. Oh, is it? Joe, that could actually have something to do with the good bit of information from one of our newbies. Where's the rest of the Crypto Wave investment crew on this one? Joe, that could actually have something to do with it. Joe's just dropped a bit of a rumor on us. He said, rumor of Ripple being listed on Coinbase. I haven't kept on top of it, man. I've been ICO focused and PIVX focused, and it's hard to keep track of everything, and that's why we have an investment crew to help us along the way. So, by the way, you're welcome to join that, Joe. We do have a link in the description for our Discord group. We just discuss crypto over there, man, so you're welcome to join. But yeah, I hadn't heard the rumor about Ripple being listed on Coinbase. That would be huge. Coinbase is currently signing up 100,000 people a month. It has actually become a trending app. Guys, a trending app. That's a good move. That's like a move forward for sure. So any coin that could get listed on the Coinbase app, I think it's going to do quite well because it's one of the primary places that people use to get their fiat into the economy. Interesting. Thank you, Joe. I have to look more into it to formulate an opinion on how substantial that, whether that room is going to be substantiated in the future. Sammy said, and in contrast to Ethereum, Bcash seems so stupid. I better not call it Bcash because Roger Ver has been getting very upset. So I'm sorry, Roger. Bitcoin Cash, since you have control of it and started it and it's your project. So Bitcoin Cash, yes, it's nowhere near as good as Ethereum. Very good point. Not the tech. Tech's nowhere near as good. Jay says, market cap of Ether will be higher than BTC by the end of the year. I'm not. By the end of the year? No. You mean by the end of next year? I think what you mean. It's an old comment, so I'll catch up. But I'm no Ether fanboy, but it seems like much more usable tech. It is. Just got my B3 masternode up and running. Oh yeah, GB3. I forgot to call you by your new nickname. So GB Capital, the messenger formerly known as GB Capital, now GB3, is into a proof of stake in GB3 coin. Proof of stake is much easier than proof of work. I've invested in a masternode that runs 24/7, costing me $10 a month, no electricity, is a mining rig without hardware, very exciting times. So you must be using our VPS. Are you guys impressed that I know that? Is it a VPS or a VPS? Yeah, it is a VPS. Are you impressed that I know that term? Do you know how I know? Xiao's running a couple of masternodes on VPS for us as well. So yeah. Okay, let's go. I'm getting back down to the live chat, guys, because I missed a little bit. I'm sorry if I have. Oh, thanks, Xiao. Ripple had a screenshot on Coinbase shared on web. Anyone can do it as a rumor, and any new rumor. Yeah, okay, thank you, Xiao. So it's probably not substantiated at this stage. Guys, the rumors that can drive markets in this are crazy. People put out one tweet, one word, and things go crazy. Creative Commons. I am lost, guys, but as I know, all crypto shit are based on the same programming structure. The only difference is popularity of the coin brand. Yeah, so Creative Commons said he's not really sure and he'd like it to explain. No, there's a significant difference, mate, in several coins. Some are just clones. Absolutely Creative Commons. Some are just absolute clones. One or the other, one or the other, one or the other. And they don't provide any addition to the economy. They don't provide any real point of difference or any value. And I think those coins will eventually not be profitable for their investors. But there are certainly major differences in the economy. You've got different use cases for coins, everything from virtual reality to medical blockchain to actual currency to DApp platforms to multi-linking, networking to prevent DDoS attacks, networking to web host. Man, there's that many different use cases. I can't say that they're all one clone of another, but I don't think that necessarily is the case. And that's a really good point that brings up, you've got to do your research, know what you're investing in. Popularity, branding, community behind a coin is certainly important as well. There's no doubt about that. You've seen that TenX and PIVX, two very community-focused coins, have done extremely well. And Vertcoin. Vertcoin's another community-focused coin. So you've got three community-focused coins, and also Binance, which is a community-focused exchange, not decentralized, but does have a good community focus. You've got all these things doing well. So yeah, community is certainly important. GB Capital said can get a VPS for about $1.50 a month. I think that's what Xiao and I are paying, something like that. Xiao sourced out some really inexpensive VPS hosting. Have we got that right? All right, let's do an update, see how we're trending in the last hour. Go away. You know, it's really nice for me as well. The Australian dollar has the bottom's dropping out of it, which is lovely to see. What is when you've invested in crypto and it's against the US dollar and the Australian dollar's dropped, 5%, 4%. That makes everything better for me as well. Ian, news from PIVX. Plenty, mate, plenty. We're hitting the Upbit exchange, going to be available in Korean 1. We've got the iOS wallet release coming out. I think that's targeted for the end of the year. So within the next, look, the target is by the end of the year for the iOS wallet release. Zero coin protocol bugs being fixed up, the wallet back and running, no wallet updates for a while. So yeah, no, there's some, we're doing exchange integration teams now as well to try and get us listed, thinking more about availability. Oh man, there's that many projects going on, I can't even list them all. But you're welcome to get over to the PIVX Discord group, man. PIVX Discord group, we've got so many different sub-channels, you can check out all the different information coming out yourself. So that was really, there's more news about that was dropped this morning. I can't remember the exact news, but yeah, if you go and check, there's constantly news being dropped on the Discord group. You know, it's not just the people who are involved with the team that get this news. It's publicly listed on our Discord group. Hey, being silly. So yeah, so thanks for the question, man. Plenty of good stuff going on at PIVX as always. Plenty of hard work, building community. Do I think Roger Ver's rep is down the tank? I think anyone who gives the finger to the camera and doesn't hide it like Fishy does when he does, you got to sense yourself a little bit. I mean, that sort of emotion is not something you want to see. You know, people can talk crap about PIVX all they like, and it doesn't bother me. That's why I invite her, because I see this market research. If you're going to tell me this is wrong with PIVX, this can be done better, I'm going to take that straight back to, you know, the marketing team, the development team, the community, and say, what do you guys think? Because this is the market research I've just got. I'm certainly not going to defend it by saying PIVX is the best thing in the world. It's my project. And I just think he's lost it a little bit. I don't think his reputation is down the tube, because fortunately he's very popular in a lot of Asian speaking countries where they probably didn't have a clue what he was talking about. So you'll be all right. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of him either, but I wouldn't say, like, a lot of people have hatred towards him. That's just not my style. I just think he's ill-informed for a guy who should be really, really knowledgeable. Bitcoin is a digital gold. At some point, we will realize that Bitcoin is slow and useless as anything other than digital store of value. The price of BTC will stabilize as its use establishes. Joe, I know you're new, but I've literally been pretty much saying that exact same thing for 6 months, man. Like, new to our group, I mean, not new to the economy. I've been saying that for 6 months. I literally, even when I first got into the economy and was making, like, beginners videos, I made a video called Identifying Your Crypto or something like that, or Classing Your Crypto. And I think even in that video, I said that Bitcoin is a digital store of wealth. It's not working as a currency at its current state. Now, that can be upgraded, that can be improved, but I think the best thing for Bitcoin to do would be to accept a role as having the most hashing power, and for those big transactions of $1 million plus, because they happen every day, guys, every day, multiple times. And, you know, transaction fees of $3 and $5 aren't that big a deal if you're sending $1 million. So I think Bitcoin really needs to either find a consensus model that is going to allow them, a governance model, sorry, that is going to allow them to move quicker when they need to implement changes, or they're going to be left in the dust when it comes to being used as a currency, but can always be used as a store of wealth. That's my personal opinion, because I think we do need a digital store of wealth in the economy, and not just currencies and, you know, different use cases of the blockchain. I think that a digital store of wealth is a good idea, and Bitcoin can be the gold, essentially, because it represents gold now, almost, in that it is expensive and time-consuming to move. So it's almost a perfect digital representation of gold. Why not just say that? Why not just come out and say we are the store of wealth in the economy? Who doesn't want to be a store of wealth in an economy? Come on, stop fighting everyone. Like, the internal struggles at Bitcoin, they might have brought short-term gains to thing, but I think long-term it's super dangerous. And Joe, I've pitched this theory a few times, and the reason I think it's dangerous, Joe, is because it highlights that there's problems with the Bitcoin. It's not perfect, is what I'm saying. And neither is Bitcoin Cash. And them infighting like this highlights the problems with both platforms, both currencies. And then people start going, well, what else is there? And they see all these brilliant use cases. Some really ridiculous use cases as well. But they see some really, really good alternatives. You know, IOTA, using Tangle technology, transactions, verifying transactions, a network that speeds up as it increases in use. I'm going to say it, PIVX, proof of stake. You know, governance by consensus, not governance by a few miners. Governance by consensus of the community. No significant advantage to major investors. PIVX has a seesaw algorithm, keeps it fair for the little guys and the big guys. Sometimes the little guys actually get bigger staking rewards than the big guys. It's awesome. So yeah, different use case, again, from IOTA and from Bitcoin. So I can hedge my bets, Bitcoin, IOTA, PIVX. You know, you've got things like Ethereum, obviously, DApp platform, allowing people to create other use cases on top of the blockchain. Brilliant. Neo, similar sort of thing. Not that I'd like to see it a lot. I'm going to see how this ICO goes on. If this ICO is successful on Neo, the Q-Link ICO, I think Neo could have good times ahead. We'll see how we go. But we need to see, again, continued projects to be released on the Neo platform, which I think you're going to see. You know, you've got so many different use cases. We've talked about encryption for medical blockchain. We've talked about, you know, Factom's one that I've gone on and I said, I think we called that as low as $15 or $12 or something like that, and it's pushing 25 now. I said anywhere under 25 is too cheap. We're starting to push that mark now, and that's about business transparency, really, and increasing business confidence through transparency of the blockchain. So it's a lot of great use cases for blockchain, and I think specializing it gives us a better result for that actual. You know, I realize a lot of people say, oh, well, one chain could do everything. Yeah, it could, but I think by having teams of specialized people working in niche fields and industries, we give ourselves the best chance of getting ourselves the best possible technology for that particular industry, and several choices at that. It should be a competitive market. Sorry for rambling. Okay, reading more comments. It's hilarious people say Bitcoin is mooning, but really fiat is tanking, and gold, etc. are only low form from manipulation and network effects, economy of scale. Yeah, it's a good point. Fiat's been tanking for years. It's just compounding now at a rate that we've never seen before. Fractional reserve banking will destroy the current economic system as we know it. It will. Simple as that. You cannot grow forever. It's not sustainable. We've talked about that. All right, we've talked about retracements. Now, people who talk about pyramid schemes, fiat currency is the biggest pyramid scheme the world's ever seen. Call me a conspiracy theorist, but that is its design. It has to continue to grow to bring in new people at the bottom to support the people at the top to be sustained. So continued population growth, cyclical consumption, increased cyclical consumption, buying shit we don't need, buying crap shit that we don't need that breaks that we have to buy again just to keep us all in jobs. You know, it's so funny. I saw this thing the other night. I was watching a documentary. As you guys know, I love my docos. I was watching a documentary on artificial intelligence and then talking about how it's going to, you know, affect every job in the world, automation of jobs. And they're talking about, oh, it's going to be, you know, this, that, and the other, but it's good. We just have to manage how we move the workforce. And I'm like, we are so ingrained in this wage slavery that we don't even see that we don't all need to work as hard. We're focused on shifting workforces to somewhere else now to create something else we don't need. Give me a break. We're working more hours than ever before in our lives. The Australians are pretty bad. We work long hours. So are Japanese. So it's a lot of hardworking countries that are working well over 40 hours a week on average, and it's not good for your health, and it's not. We don't need to be there. How can we have more technology helping us than ever before and work more hours than ever before? It doesn't make sense. Sorry for the rant. I'm going to get off that now, but the reality is that I did actually respond to a Facebook comment that someone said Bitcoin's a pyramid scheme, and one of my mates tagged me and said, Fish, you got any comments on this? And I just went, you know what, I don't even post on Facebook, but yeah, I'll have a go. And I said, fiat currency is the biggest pyramid scheme the world has ever seen. And whoever's last to get off of that bandwagon or train or whatever he was calling it is going to benefit least from what is an inevitable transition. So that's my personal opinion on it. I don't think fiat will die completely, but I think crypto certainly is proving its use cases, and people are sick of having their money manipulated by governments. Okay, Litecoin is $1 away from $100 psychological barrier as we speak. Big shout out to Aki5 again for making that price prediction less than a month ago, or about a month ago. Ethereum is something something like Netscape web browser, it's great, but a better product like Yahoo and then Google will rise and take over. Yeah, but I mean, Yahoo's still a company, right? You can still use Yahoo. It's still valued reasonably high as far as I know. So, you know, Google's not the only player in town. They're certainly the biggest. Oh yeah, oh man, you guys are chatty. I've missed heaps of chat. I'm coming back to live. Sorry guys. If you got anything really, really urgent that you want me to have a look at, don't be afraid to chuck it up again. I just miss a lot. So I'm coming back down to live chat. Cool, live chat. Fish for president. That's why I came to live chat. Crypto Chronicus said, watch the whole series. What's that one, man? Hidden Secrets of Money, episode 1. I haven't seen it, man. I haven't seen it. But Hidden Secrets of Money, episode 1 with Mike Maloney. He said, then you'll understand money, currency, and financial enslavement, which is debt. Yeah, when you, that's exactly right. When you create money out of debt, which is what the fractional reserve banking system does, you enslave humanity. That is the net effect. We're wage slaves. Well, not me, I don't. I got out of that sequence a long time ago, which is probably why I've got a big smile on my face. But and yes, yeah, I do agree, Fish for president, although in our country, it's a prime minister. No, I don't agree, actually. I don't want the job. I don't want to sit around with politicians all day. They talk, but they never get anything done. It's not where I want to be. Byteball similar to IOTA. They're using Tangle as well, are they? Joe? Joe's just said that Byteball's similar to IOTA. So yeah, if you wanted to diversify within Tangle technology, I haven't actually checked that for myself. I'm just assuming that's what you mean by it's similar. Yeah, it might not be a bad go, but I think technology, like with the Tangle technology, I think if anyone's going to achieve it with mass adoption, it will be IOTA, because they've got the biggest funding, the biggest head start, the biggest community behind it. They've more than likely got more developers and that sort of thing. So, yeah, I don't know. There's more and more talk about Byteball. I just never got into it myself. I'd have to have a look, man. I haven't been keeping an eye on Byteball, Crypto Chronicus. Sorry, dude. But Joe, you might be able to answer. Joe's, if you're in the chat, that tends to be what we do, man. I can't answer everything, so we all help each other out. Just having a look at the overall market now, guys. See where we're trending, but I mean, I've been on for an hour, so I assume it's up. Yeah, so arrogant at times. Come on, internet. So slow. I know Bitcoin's up 1.45% in the last hour. That's about all I can see at the moment. Ethereum has retraced a little bit. Good, healthy mix of red and green, guys. All in all, I'd say up. I can't say that because it has, oh, there's the market cap. I was right. 317 billion. Just ticking up the billions by the hour. 24-hour trade volume, by the way, is touching 16 billion, guys. Really good. Bitcoin dominance has slid from those highs, but still retaining 54%. I think there'll be a lot of delusion of Bitcoin dominance over time as more coins and more use cases for crypto blockchain, sorry, comes into the public eye. Crypto Chronicus, you're about the least responsible investor I know, I swear. Crypto Chronicus has always emailed me going, oh, or messaging in the public chat saying, oh, I don't know what this has happened with this account and that account. And you need to get video chat instead. Yeah, you do. Hey, I'll open it up. I put the shout out on Discord this morning. I said, does anyone want to come on the show? Have a bit of back and forth. So, man, come on the show. I'll do it tomorrow. Anyone who's watching this later, have your microphones or your cameras ready or whatever you want to do. Tomorrow, we'll have a free-for-all. Now, I can mute mics and I can kick you off from my Google Hangouts thing if you get silly or you're talking over the top of people. But, you know, everyone come on, have a 5 minutes to Tell us about your favorite coin and why, and we can have a bit of a debate about things. Oh, come on, Ethercept, you've got to be in for that. You're always up for a debate. So I think that'll be a bit of fun. Let's try it tomorrow. It could be chaos, but it'd be funny if it is. But Crypto Chronicles said, I literally know nothing about Pipeball except this lottery, flight delay, insurance, sports betting. You're funny. Need to get a video chat instead. Go 100 miles an hour, which is about 100 and, well, there's 60 miles. 60 miles is 100 kilometers, so it'll be about 160 kilometers an hour. Times by 8 divided by 5, so I think it is the equation to get miles into kilometers. Yeah, it is. Times by 8 is 800, divided by 5 is 160. Yes, 160 kilometers an hour. How's that for mental arithmetic? Okay. And someone's going to do it on a calculator now, and I'll be wrong. Need to research about it and come back with your angle. Just come on for the chat anyway. Carol Smith said 100% adult dating. Check up my profile for link. Carol Smith, I'm not massive into online dating, believe it or not. A guy who knows nothing about technology is not. He likes to meet people the old-fashioned way by going up and talking to them. Crypto Chronicus 140 kilometers an hour. Was I off? No, it is 160, wasn't it? It's time. Yeah, I was right, see? Even beat your calculator. Oh, it's 161. Times by 8 divided by 5 is close enough for the equation from miles to kilometers, for those of you interested. Attagnio! LTC at 99, man, we were just talking about that. We were calling it, like that's, I got to text a friend. I sent her $1 back when it was 40 bucks and said, just watch this over time and see what happens. I'm going to text her and say, have a look at that dollar now. It's now $2.50. Again, just a wizard with mental arithmetic. And actually, it's a little bit more. That would test my mental arithmetic because the Australian dollar has also retraced 5% against the US dollar in that time. So it would actually be, oh no, that's going to test it too much, but it'd be about $2.62.50. $2.62.5. I was off by 0.9 of a kilometre per hour. Mate, you actually get that much allowance in Australian courts when you're speeding for for variations in the speed guns that they use to trap you or whatever. So I'd say that's close enough. Crypto Chronicus said, Carol, go follow me on Twitter. Oh man, Crypto Chronicus going for the online dating. I feel like $100 is a mental barrier for Litecoin breaking out upwards. Man, it's always these round figures. You guys know that. It hit 10,000 and bumped off it a couple of times before it cracked it on BTC. Ethereum stopped at 400, pretty much dead on the button the first time it went on a bull run. Litecoin, $100. It's actually showing $101 now here on my coin market cap, so it must be trading higher on some exchanges. It's good times, really good times in the economy. Loving it. PIVX at $4.21, just creeping up again. 0.08% in the last 24 hours. It's good to see. What are you doing? The AI that runs on the blockchain will destroy the humans in the Great War of 2064. The Tangle will strangle the life from all of us. Oh, 2064, man, I'll be well and truly gone, I'd say. So that sucks for everyone else who's left. Sorry to the young'uns. Seb Fox said adult dating coin is actually up 100%. Oh my goodness gracious me. Adult dating coin up, pot coin up. Guys, I got to tell you, when you see coins, like I don't understand the use case. Don't we have Tinder and Plenty of Fish and all that sort of stuff? And yes, Plenty of Fish was named after me. But don't we, like, what? How does blockchain? Oh, I guess it for verifying identities. I don't know, but it seems silly to me. I'd like to see use cases that actually going to help humanity. I think there's enough dating agencies and dating sites and all this sort of thing out there. We don't need to jam another one in there just because it's on blockchain. That's my personal opinion. I'd have to look at it to really make a firm opinion on whether maybe they've come up with some brilliant way of monetizing it all and all that. Right. Joe said potcoin's getting high. Very clever, very clever. Crypto puns are always welcome on Fishy Show. I make a few of them myself. So yeah, very good. All right, I'm gonna cruise. I've been on for an hour, haven't I? Commitment over. I gotta go and sort this bloody Q-Link investment out anyway. Got a bunch of money going into that. I text Roger this morning, or messaged Roger this morning over on Telegram. Roger's a legend, by the way, helped us out a lot over at the Q-Link ICO. That is going into the public phase now, by the way, guys, if you're looking to get into the Q-Link ICO. Gladius is still running for the people who are interested in the Gladius ICO. So there's a couple of good projects still available, you know, pre-market. I think with the run-up on Substratum, it's shown that shared resources is going to be an interesting market. Hey, shut up until I'm finished. 5 minutes. There is only one fish. Yes, I agree. With regard to dating, we will always want to jam another one in there. Oh, my God, Joe. I shouldn't have even read that out loud. You've just got Fishy being naughty live on bloody YouTube. You do know I work for PIVX, man. I'm supposed to keep that sort of talk to a minimum. Titcoin to the moon. I'm going. Titcoin to the moon in 2018. You guys are ridiculous. Hey, jump over on Crypto Chronicus' live stream. You can keep the chat going. Crypto Chronicus has a live stream. I'm subscribed to him. He's just got some music playing. It's nothing like, you know, there's no hosting there but at this stage, but you guys can chat in the chat there or over on our Discord group. Anyway, the point is that I'm slowly dragging this out while I get over to Google Hangouts to say goodbye to you all. Thank you for joining, and join me tomorrow for another crypto conversation and discussion and another mustache. See you later. Fish out.